G'day Argy-bargy crew, hope you're having a fantastic day today and your family's happy and healthy. Okay, I've had quite a bit of success with the dual monitor setup video that I released quite a while back, and a lot of people are using that to set their dual screens up. And I've had a lot of people also asking about triple screens, and I've been helping them out. And I decided, well, because I'm getting asked quite frequently about that I'll make a video on that subject so that we can get your triple screen set up. Now, I don't normally use triple screens only because I use a capture card and sometimes it's a little bit difficult, but I've borrowed another screen. As you can see here, there's 3 screens set up from another computer in the house, and set up 3 screens just to show you how it's done. And the good thing about it is that the third screen is a different size and different resolution, so it will show you that it can be done, that you can set up 3 different monitors of different resolutions and different sizes to still give you quite a good effect in cabin of the truck, and also show you any errors that you may come across, and that way I can show you how to fix them and the solutions to stop certain things from happening. Okay, so with that said, what we'll do is, as you can see, you can only see now just a single screen, and that is because the way I record, if I've got the screen set up as single screens, I can only record off one screen. So the first thing you need to do, if you're on AMD, is to go into the AMD settings. If you're on NVIDIA, you want to go into NVIDIA Surround to set your screens up. So what we'll do is we'll do that over here. Normally what you would do, now this will show a glaring error that happens to a lot of people that have different size screens and different resolutions. So what you'd normally do is you go into Gaming, Display, and then you go down here to AMD Eyefinity. Now, if it was NVIDIA Surround, wherever that is, I don't have NVIDIA, so I can't explain that. There are heaps of videos on NVIDIA and how to set them up. This is mainly on AMD, and to show you exactly the problems that you come across, not just with AMD, but in this section it will be. Okay, so you hit Quick Setup. Now the screen will start flickering and doing some weird things, so don't worry, that's normal. So as you can see by this image, the smaller monitor with the better resolution of all things actually shows a black line at the bottom, even though according to AMD it's been set up correctly. Again, this is an image of the way I've got my recording set up, but this shows you that one of the problems that a lot of people have been coming across, saying that they've got black lines either at the top or at the bottom of the screen and it's not showing up correctly, and that's an inherent fault with the Eyefinity, and I think it's also a fault with NVIDIA Surround, but there are workarounds with it, and I'm about to show you that one, how you can fix that. So hang on for a tick and I'll set it up and let you have a look. So the first thing you'll need to do is go back to AMD and discard that setup. Just say yes and discard it, and what will happen now, it'll just go back to your standard 3 screens. It'll flicker and carry on a little bit, and then, yeah, you'll go back to your standard 3 screens, like I say. Like I say, this is an inherent problem with AMD Eyefinity. If you've got a different resolution monitor, it tries to set it up at the same resolution that it is compared to what it should be. So, for example, I've got 2 1920 by 1080 on the middle and the right. The left monitor is actually a 2K monitor, which is 2040 by 1440, something like that. Not totally sure right off the bat. But because of that, it tries to retain its resolution, and there's no way around it, except if, for example, in your AMD, you have AMD Eyefinity, and then it should have advanced settings. As you can see, mine doesn't. So I was a bit confused when I tried to do this and couldn't find it. So I checked in the AMD folder itself to see if there was another setting in there that I could find. And I did. So I'll show you where that is. So in your It's hard for me to do because of the simple fact that I'm looking at a laptop screen when I do it, and everything is in minor, like miniature, so it's hard for me to make it out. But you go into your C drive. Let me just push this onto another screen and let me open it up so I can see. Sorry about this, guys. Okay, and then you go into your program files. All right, so program files, then AMD, which is that one, I think. Oh, geez, I can't see this. Hang on. Yep, and then you go into AMD and C next. Yep, and then C next again. And then what you're looking for is this little icon down here, which is Eyefinity Pro. Okay, so it's in your C drive, program files, AMD, C next, and then you have Eyefinity Pro, this marker here. I've set up a link for it in my taskbar, so I'll get rid of that and we'll click on it and get it up and running. And I'll show it to you. Okay, so this is what it looks like when it comes up. Now, you'll see here that I have 4 screens. That's because I'm using a capture card, and it should be that one is my capture card. So pay no attention to that. Just ignore it. Just make out like there's only 3 screens here because it sort of will throw you. But if you just forget about that 4th screen, totally ignore it, and this is what you'll see is these 3 screens here. Okay, you can see one is a different size. Okay. So this one here is the 2K, and these are the standard 1920 by 1080 screens. Okay, so the first thing you want to do is you want to go into, let me find it. Yeah, select layout. I'm sorry, guys, but I can't see it because it's that small on the screen. So you hit select layout and go up here, again, ignoring that it's got 4, and you find the 3x1. I think that's a 3x1. Yep, okay. So you select 3x1. Okay, and you can see it's giving you the 3 triple screen. You go to next, and then what you do is you drag those screens to where you want them. Now, if that's number 3, which I think it is, I'll have that as the middle screen. Number 2, I'll have it as the right screen. Number 1, I'll have it as the left screen. Okay, so as you can see, again, that's the wide one, and they're the 2 1920 by 1080s. Now, don't use fit because you'll get the same problem. You'll hit create, and it will give you the black bar. All right. What you want is you don't want expand. You want fill. Is that fill? Yeah, I think that's fill. Let me just check. Yep, that's fill. So you want to click fill to get this to work correctly. Then what you do is you hit create. Now the screen will start flickering. Carrying on. But like I say, don't worry, it'll flicker quite a bit. And my screen might go blank, my recording screen, which it didn't, which is good. Okay. So now what I'll do is I'll set this up so you can see what my screens look like to get this working. You wouldn't believe the how this is, what I'm doing. Where are we? There we are. That's what I want. Okay, now you can see what I've got. So I've got 3 screens that are all the same size. Now, it looks weird to you because it's all on one screen, but that's exactly how you want it. You want all screens to be exactly the same size, filling the monitor screen itself with no black bars. So now by doing that, that's what you've got. The other thing you need to do is then start fixing the game itself. Okay, so now what you want to do is you want to go into your actual game folder and start changing a few things in there. First thing you need to do is go to your config.cfg, this fella here, and bring that up. And what you need to do is change this file here, or this line of text here. I've already got mine changed, but you want to change that. It will be 0. So you want to change it to a 4. Okay, so use that r_multimon_mode, and you want to change that from a 0 to a 4. And just go to File and Save. That's all you need to do there. Okay, and then what you want to do is you want to create yourself a multimon config.sii. Now, you can see here I've got quite a few different multimon configs. That's because of the testing I've done, so ignore that. You won't have any of that. So now what you want to do is you want to go to New, depending on what you've got, text document or file, either one, doesn't matter. And then what you want to do is type in multimon_config.sii. And in some circumstances, will come up and tell you that it'll be unstable. If you ignore that, it won't be. Click that. Now you've got an empty multimon_config.sii. Okay, totally empty. What you want to do is I will leave the code, like I say, down in the description or on my Discord, whichever way it fits. It may not fit in the description. If it doesn't, then I'll put it on my Discord channel. But what you want to do now is you want to copy the code that I'll give you. So I'll select all of this. I want to copy it. Go into here, right click, paste, boom. Now it's all in there. Then what you do is you go save. Now you have a complete multimon config SII. Okay, and this is different to the one that the game actually will create for you. The game will create a multimon config file that has a horizontal field of view override of 50 on all screens. Now I will show you what that looks like further on in the video here, so that you can see why I don't use that file, because it just brings you up way too close to the steering wheel. Anyway, so that's what you do. You do your config file, then your multimon config, and drop the code that I'll give you, because now you can adjust your own field of view in-game. All right? And then what you do is simply follow these steps. I hope I'm explaining this, guys. If I'm not, I apologize. So we're going to Euro Trucks and hit play. I'll skip through this so you don't have to wait for it to load. Okay, so when you go into the game, it should look like this, where the UI is in the middle. Okay, this is an image, so it's a bit blurry. I apologize. But what you see here is a common error that people come across, where the UI, or the user interface, is on every screen, and it's very small and hard to see. People think there's something definitely wrong, and they back out and get confused. Basically, all it is that the resolution in the game has to be reset, because now you've got a higher resolution image. I'll show you how to do that now. So all you've got to do is go up to your resolution here. Hopefully you can see this. And then find your largest resolution, normally is the one you want. Apply that. And voila, you will have the correct setting. Now, to you right now, it doesn't look right because it's just the one screen in the middle, but that's exactly what you want. You only want the one screen in the middle. I've got this on showing you the 3 screens at once. So you'll have a black screen on the left, black screen on the right, and the user interface in the middle, which is correct now. You don't want the 3 user interfaces, one on the left, one on the right, one in the middle. Now you only have the one in the middle, which fills up that middle screen, and that's exactly what you want by changing the resolution to the largest one here. Okay? Then just simply back out of there, start the game. Again, I'll fast forward so you don't have to wait for it to load. Okay, so now when you've loaded it up, Again, your user interface will be in the middle. You'll have a black screen on the left, black screen on the right, but a full screen in the middle. That's exactly what you want, so don't panic. It's still right. And we'll go for a drive, and now you will see the full triple screens once we load in. And as you can see, once you get into the truck, you're right up against the steering wheel. And if you look at towards the left at your rear view mirrors, you're right up against them. Look over to the right, half of the passenger side window is missing. You can only see the rear view mirrors. To me, that's just way too close. You're too far up front. But again, this is the default multimon config that the game actually creates when you jump into the game. I altered mine so that I can adjust it myself in game, meaning that if you go to your vehicle adjustments, you can adjust it. Here you can't. With the default multimon config, you can't adjust it. As you can see, nothing's happening here. All right, you can adjust your seat height and you can go back in your seat and stuff like that. But still, to me, you're still not going back far enough. And you can adjust everything else except for the field of view because it's hardwired into the multimon config in the game. So what I've done is I've altered it so that I take out the field of view and I can adjust it in the game the way I like, if you understand what I mean. And again, I'll provide you with that default or my default multimon config for triple screens and show you that. But what we'll do is we'll just get out of this. Bear with me while I get out and change over to the one that I've created and show you the difference. Okay, so here we are back in the game. I've loaded my multimon config and we'll see what that looks like. So you can compare the difference. Okay, as you can see there, if you look at that now, we're further back. You can see the complete passenger side window. You can see the complete driver's side window. You can see the gauges, everything. And that's simply because now you can adjust it. Let's go into there. I've got it at 69 on this truck. And as you can see now, I can adjust the field of view to whatever I want. And although this will look strange to you on your screen because it's all three are combined into one, believe me, it looks great on the game itself. I'll take an image of it because, again, I can't actually give you a full, it's too hard for me to do it in a video, but I'll take an image of it and let you have a look at that. Just bear with me and I'll get out of this. Okay, so this is the image. Hopefully it shows you exactly what it looks like. It's hard to do this because you don't get the true feeling unless you're sitting in front of the screens yourself. But I can tell you now it looks fine, it looks great, even though you've got one small monitor. It's only a 24-inch on the left, the others are 27 inches. Even though it's like that, there is, it doesn't match up perfectly, but it's pretty close. And it gives you the ability to, feel as though you're actually in the truck and that you can look around, see your mirrors just like you would in real life. So hopefully you can see that with these images that I'm showing you. And what I'll do next is I'll show you the way I'm going to record this to sort of let you see how it looks. I'm going to put the left screen up in the left top corner, the right screen up in the right top corner, and then I'll put the wheel cam down in the left corner. And you can get a bit of an idea. Hopefully it'll turn out. I'm trying my best, guys, to show you exactly how it is. And by the way, all the codes and whatnot will be down in the description or on my Discord if I can't fit them in there. And that way you'll be able to copy and paste and it'll make it a lot easier for you. The one that I'll be leaving down there is the one that doesn't have the field of view in it so that you can adjust it yourself in the game. So we'll go now into a bit of a recording showing you me driving it with the triple screens. Okay, so here we are now. Hopefully the recording's going to, let me just adjust a few things here. That's a bit better. Hopefully this recording is going to show you. It's difficult to try to get the feeling for you guys so you can see what the triple screens are like. But again, like I say, if you look up at the top of the screen to the left, that is the driver's side window. If you look at the top right, that is the passenger side window. And of course the main screen is the steering wheel. And then I have the wheel cam down in the left. Hopefully this doesn't lag with all these screens being recorded at once, so we'll see how we go. Whoops, our park brake's on. What's going on here? Why is that saying it's not running? My sim dashboard is not connecting. Doesn't matter. With all the things that I've been doing, it's a wonder. Alright, do we have a trailer attached? No, we don't. Alright, this is just a bog stock default truck. And we're just going to basically go around the block, I suppose. Yeah, go to the left here. And see, I'm not using my head tracking like I normally do because it's not needed because I've got the triple screens. But you can use head tracking with it. And if you want, I can show you that. Which way will we go? We'll go around to the right, go around the block, like I say. Alright. So as you can see, it gives you a really good field of view. And simply by looking to the left, you can see what's behind you with your rear view mirror. Looking to the right, same thing. Oops, got a green light. Too busy talking to you. And I've got the steering camera on so that when you turn, it sort of moves the image for you a bit. But like I say, if I was using my head tracker, that would work just as well. In fact, what I might do once I've gone around the block to show you how this is working, I'll put my head tracking system on too to show you how that works with it. But like I say, it's very hard to show you the full impact of the triple screens on one screen, if you know what I mean. Unless I've got a wide angle camera, and I was using my phone camera to try and take pictures and video, and it just wasn't working. So I've done the best I can, guys, with the equipment I have. I do have a oops, got a green light. Yeah, I do have a wide angle camera somewhere, but I couldn't find it. So one day I might do it and show you. Although, yeah, I can't see it happening. Too difficult. I've done my best. Right, now what we'll do, seeing as we're going around the block, I will, and hopefully it's not lagging or anything, I will set up my head tracking and I'll show you that. Bear with me. Okay, so here we are back in the truck again, and this time I've got my head tracking working. And as you can see, it works fine. But like I say, it's not really needed once you've got triple screens. Yeah, because you can just simply look to the left or the right. But let's get the truck started and show you in action so you can see that it definitely works fine. You can look down, look up, and run the red light. I want to wait for it. You get the idea, it definitely works. So even with your triple screens, you can use your head tracking and it won't give you any problems, won't bug out or anything. I suppose in a way it's more immersive because you would normally turn your head like this. So, but again, like I say, really not needed if all you're trying to do is look into your mirrors without having to press other buttons. You can do that simply by having, let's turn this off. Oops, he's going to run into me. No, he's not. So now I've turned head tracking back off. And as you can see, it's just as good. You've still got full view in your mirrors and your windows, so that you know if anything's coming. So yeah, hopefully I've got to edit all this and put it all together because bits and pieces of it I had to stop and start. Hopefully it comes together and it explains it to you in a way that you can understand. If not, please let me know in the comments below. I've tried my best, but because I've had to swap between so many different setups and screens to show you it, it was in bits and pieces. Again, hopefully I'll put it together in the edit and you'll understand it. If you liked it, please hit the like button. If you haven't subscribed, please do that too, because it helps me out. And if you know anybody that might be interested in setting up a triple screen, share the video with them. And hopefully, if you did enjoy it, we'll catch you in the next one. Bye for now.